Moving to Mapes Road. When I was born, we lived at 220 East Pearl Street, just up the street, 4 houses away from my grandparents' Stannard. We lived there until I was about 8. Then we moved about 7 miles south into the country. Our rural address was RD number 1 Mapes Road. An interesting story is behind this move. 220 East Pearl Street was a large lot with an old 3-story house plus cellar on it. Mom and Dad bought the house for a very good price and spent years renovating it. Dad spent a lot of time outside trying to make the landscape nice. He built rock walls and a terrace a good portion of the backyard. Because of the steep hill coming from the street down to the bottom floor, Dad layered the hill with several short walls and put a huge long metal stairway up through the middle of it. He had the stairs built at his place of work, the air preheater, where he was a superintendent overseeing manufacturing. This stairway made it easy for us to climb down from the street and enter the house on the lowest floor instead of walking all the way around to the front door. Dad planted flowers in the different tiers of the layered hill. This place was old and run down, but Dad put a huge amount of work into it to start making it look nice. The backyard landscaping was just a small bit of what had to be done in the backyard, but it was a beginning. In the summer of 1957, we took the nearly month-long trip throughout the country. When we returned, we found that some person had gone into the backyard and torn up all the rock work and plants. They destroyed all Dad's hard work. Then and there, Mom and Dad decided to move out of town. They wanted to be as far from the destroyers as possible. They searched and found a delightful 3-acre south of Wellsville. It was located on Mapes Road, a road of about a mile with 4 families living on the whole of it. Each family was a farm family with plenty of acreage. We had the tiniest place on the road, but we were out in the country where the chance of anyone ruining our property was minimal. Although I loved my neighbors and friends where I had spent the first 8 years of my life, I was a little sad but wasn't devastated when we moved. Mom and Dad were so excited, and that excitement filled me also. Although I didn't dwell on it, I felt so sad that Dad's hard work in the yard had been destroyed, and I really hurt for him. Even at the tender age of 8 years old, I felt so bad for Dad. The move was good, and I loved the wide outdoors. I had my family and my new neighborhood friend, June Fanton. June was especially close to my sister Jenny, but I played with them all the time since Jenny was my best friend. I found this little bird on the ground behind my house. I climbed the huge pine tree to put it back. I don't know if it survived. It's named the little bird. Our house before the 387 concrete steps on the front door were removed. So there's your house. Well, maybe not 387, but when carrying groceries to the house, it sure seemed like it. The garage originally sat next to the road that was at the bottom of the hill. When the road was widened, the garage was removed and the driveway was changed to the right side of the house. That's it. Bye.